Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. All of these over little bit by little bit, so like I can pick that one up, bring it over here, dump it down there. So like that one, 860, 934 kilos, 940, it's a bit less on that one. Okay. Try and keep them in line like that, and then they should sit a little bit more easily. There. And if I am sort of throwing them around a bit, that's fine. We can live with that. Chuck you over there. And that one. I'm really 1 ton. That one is. The pine is slightly heavier. The really heavy ones, that's the oak. If you get the oak, that's when you really start to get the weight coming in. That's quite impressive, that is. And that one, I mean, I've been working out a bit. That's why I can pick up 1 ton logs right on the end as well, like this. There, see, 840 kilos. There, didn't even break a sweat. Did you see that? It's quite impressive, even if I do say so myself. And you, little one in there. And that one. Right. Okay. That was not quite in there. Comment section, how much do you think this lot is worth? I'm going to say 9,000, considering what we had last time. So I say 9,000. Get in the comments and say what you think it's worth. And boom. Ho-ho! 13,000 euros. Oh, that was fantastic. Right. I'm going to drive this one back to the yard. Our very next job is to build the thingy, the windmill. We need to build a windmill, and then we can set our oats grinding into flour. Alrighty then. I'm back to doing some more recording, and I've had quite a bit of feedback coming in from what we're doing with this series. First up, a couple bits about... I said that I wanted to always have a place for machinery. I've got to have a shed to put it in. Otherwise, I can't get any more machinery. And some people questioned whether or not I should be doing this because, you know, they don't do it in real life. However, my argument is I'm sort of treating this a bit like I would in real life for the area that I live in. And you don't leave very much outside in the area that I live in. It rains all the time, all year round. And if you leave your stuff outside, it will rust away to nothing. About the only exceptions to this, see, a wooden trailer, you wouldn't leave that outside. You definitely wouldn't leave these outside. The only exceptions would possibly be that trailer right there, depending on what it's made from, and possibly the plow. But even, I mean, this plow has got quite a few movable parts on it, so probably not. You'd probably leave that inside. Possibly that trailer, but yeah, that's it. You wouldn't leave stuff outside, not where I'm from, because it rains all the time. I mean, the pallet forks, you might leave the pallet forks outside because there's no moving parts on those. You get away with it. The rest of it, it just gets spoiled and rusts away very, very quickly. So I'm kind of working on it being in an area similar to what I have. The other thing was no hired help unless I'm providing them with accommodation, because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I do like this one. However, I will put a little bit extra onto that. I'm saying that me and Sen both live here, and therefore I can have one hired help, which would represent myself or Sen Leia operating the machine, and also drawing a wage from the farm business at the same time. So, yeah, I sort of figured that we could do that. Now, as for the windmill, we've now got the money. We just went and sold all that timber, so we have got the money for it. I've had a few suggestions as to where we should place it, and I like these ideas. So we're going to go here a minute, and I'm going to find the windmill. I thought the windmill was 20,000. It's actually 23,000. It's right there. But yeah, that's fine. So originally I said I thought we'd put the windmill over here, but I've had a few people suggesting that we should put the windmill here in the trees. Now, I did think about that, and I'm actually thinking that in here would be a really good spot, because we can sort of move things around a little bit. It's slightly off the road. It sort of feels like it would fit slightly better over this side. We can move things back out the way a little bit, and it's also, the ground is more level. If I was to put it down here, like, we wouldn't be able to terraform and fit it in there, and I don't think we should do that. So yeah, you come down here, you got to do a fair bit. I mean, we'll terraform before we put the thing down, but you got to sort of terraform quite a bit to be able to build this one into the hillside here, and I don't really want to do that at the moment. I don't want to sort of rip all of that out just yet. So I figure that what we could do is we could build it here, if I don't get run over, right into this bit in here. So we've got the land up to that tree there, and then that tree there is on our land, and looks like that one there is on our land. So we can chop back a few bits here without too much trouble. So that one there. Now, I don't really think it's worth my can I even cut this tree down? It seemed to be... Oh, there we go. The big chainsaw makes it a little bit more difficult to see. I'm not sure it's worth the time and effort cutting these small trees to take them anywhere. And possibly we could cut down those two trees there to get us a little bit of extra money. We could, actually, yeah, we can cut these two down. I mean, I've only just done a whole load of timber work. I don't really want to do any more. I'd like to sort of take a break from that. We've only just gone and done it, and I don't want to be sort of spending ages doing all the same job all the time. We can do that a little bit later. Let's get the wind. We can always remove those trees there. This here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tree completely like this. Oops. I've got to press and hold Alt to be able to do this. So this is the chainsaw mod, and basically what this one does is it does allow you to cut and remove a tree completely, which includes removing the stump. Now, I'm doing this with the small trees because I figure that a little tiny tree like this, you would actually be able to do that, and that tree is small enough that you would be able to dig that tree stump out by hand if you wanted to. Now, the big trees, I'm not going to do that, and I'm also not going to do that with the stump removal either. I will leave the stumps as they are, so we're kind of walking along here. I think that tree there is on our land, and then, yeah, we get as far as here, and then we've got those three there. So we've got one tree there and three over this side. Let me run over here a minute. We can take these trees out in a little while. I want to see if we can actually put in this windmill, because I love the look of this windmill. I think this windmill looks amazing. Look at it. And that will fit. That will fit right in there. We can do this. There's 23,500 in there. But we can do the landscaping first. So if I go in here and make it a little bit bigger, we will select a level that is down a bit. So we're sort of our level that we're going to work on. It's going to be here below the level of the road. So that's the level I'm going to work on. It's not quite below the level of the road, but that's fine. And there now, it's going to level that down quite a bit back there. So now I can make this a bit bigger, and we can kind of... There we go, we can see a bit better now. Right, we're going to push that down over there like that. I'm going to turn this into a level area. So we don't have to pay a fortune to do this. There. Right, so it's sort of lowering some of this down and raising some of this up over this side. That's fine. We will smooth the edges in a minute. Now, I got to remember, I can only go over as far as that tree over there. So bring that out. There we go. It's just kind of pushing it down a little bit. Because the terraforming mods I've got, unfortunately, they also allow you to terraform outside of what you own, which is not ideal. It's not a brilliant situation to be in, but it's something that we can live with. Because I'm not going very much over the border just here. I'm being quite careful that I don't go over the border just here. And I don't want to interfere with the tree. I don't want to be left with like a stump up in the air if I can help it. And I also don't want to interfere with the edge of the road very much. So we'll bring this over there like that. It's just going to lower that edge there a little bit more. Just smooth it down just a tiny bit more. It doesn't need to go very much, does it? I just want to blend it in here around the edges. It's this bit over here that's going to be the hardest, but there's also where I've got to build a road come in. So I'm aware that I don't want to dig down too much, but I want to build a road to come in around there. Okay, so we've gotten that far. So now I want to go factory, and I want to find that windmill again. It's here somewhere. There we go. Right, windmill. And now that's saying 23,001. Now, with tip on one side, and then I'm assuming the pallets get placed on the other side. I'm going to want an auto-load trailer at some point to be able to collect those pallets, and then we've got our tip. So I'm thinking I'd like to have it that way round, except that I feel that the windmill would be better placed kind of like this. You're facing that way. I don't like that I can't have it facing the way that I want it. That means it's going to have to face that way, and it doesn't look as good because of where the pallets are being delivered. I don't want to be unloading on this side over here. I want to be unloading on that side because I want to drive up there and be able to revert. Oh no, we've got a four-wheel trailer, haven't we? Alright, we'll do it like this then. So we're going to go in here and we can have it like this. 23,001, I think, is about as good as we're going to get. So we'll drop that one down there. We've got a little bit of concrete around the outside of it just there. And then we will end up cutting these trees down, these three right here, and moving them. We're going to go into our landscaping, painting. So this is set on concrete at the moment, and I don't really want it left on concrete. We could leave it on a gravel area. To be honest, I kind of want dirt for this one. Not animal mud. Definitely not. What's dirt going to be like? Yeah, I kind of want a dirt. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a packed dirt surface for this one. That's what we're gonna have here. So we'll enlarge that one. Let's enlarge it again. There we go. Now we can do this properly. So this whole area here is going to be a packed dirt surface for this windmill. Like that. I think that's just going to fit a little bit better. It's going to give the overall aesthetic of the building, it's just going to fit a bit better. We'll add in a little bit of grass and stuff in a minute, because I would also like to do that. But we need enough room around here for the vehicles to be able to get in. It's just on the very edge of our land. I think we're okay with this. So what I'm going to want then is an entranceway here. So that's going to sort of come back that way like that. And then I'll paint this over like that so that we're sort of coming in through. And then the road to come in is going to be this way. So that's going to have to drop down a bit like that, and we'll build. That's going to come in there, and that's going to come in there like that. There. Okay. Old windmill. It's not used very much anymore. It is used a little bit. So that'll come in there like that. And we'll take this one here. And that can sort of be a track that moves over to here. I'm not going to go any further than that with it. I'm going to put a few sort of just random bits here, especially near the edges of the yard. Like that. We'll also do sort of a few bits here near the entrance. Then we're going for some slightly more solid looking green back here. It's going to be sort of muddy patches of grass that are coming in around this one. Kind of like that, I would say. I think that's looking pretty good there. Bit more up this way, like that. Now, coming in and out this bit, where I kind of leveled it, I don't necessarily want us to be able to get onto the road there. I want us to sort of come in from this side, or even from over here. So we want to change this around a little bit. I do want a pallet auto load to be able to load up the pallets that do spawn here. So we want to be able to get in through there, which means that I am going to have to do one more little bit of sculpting here in order to be able to make that work. And that means I'm going to go from there and then push this down a little bit more. Back that way. Like that. And then just blend the edges of that. Do it like that. That'll give me a little bit of flat ground there for an auto-load pallet trailer, which is something that we'll be buying a little bit later on. And then we can come back out of here. So then we will go back into our painting. And this area over here I think is fine. So now I'm looking at plants. We're a little bit limited on what we've got with plants. We've only got one type of grass in here. Someone did release a mod that gave us a few more bits of grass that we can use at different stages. But I think the problem, I believe, with it is that the stages of grass are very much... you can put down the stages of grass, but they don't stay as sort of cut grass stages. You get them coming back. Like it does grow throughout. So we're just going to pop a couple of these in here and a little bit more down through there. There we go. So now we've got the appearance of a building that has not been... It's been used a bit, but hasn't been used very much for the last several years. And we could even just put a few bushes down over here, just into the corner. I think that's starting to look pretty good there. I like the look of that. I think that's pretty good. We'll add in a couple here. I'm going to probably cut that tree out and those two there at least. But we won't do that yet. One other thing that I do want, though, is a bit of fence. Now, we're going to go with I want an old fence in keeping with that style, and it's either going to be a fence like that one, or we go with the classic fence that we've got right here, which we've got that one, which I actually really like that fence. Or we got this one that looks a little bit more dilapidated because you've got the kind of fallen bars on it. They're both really good. Other options for fences are more limited, and like the hedgerows, they're alright, but they're not brilliant. And I haven't really found very many others that I like the look of yet. I like these walls. The only problem I got is that they are quite clean walls, but they're not too bad. So I'm sort of thinking I'm going to go with this one right here, and I'm not doing this all the way around the property. I'm just going to do it out to about there, and that's it. That's the only bit of wall that I want to put in. I don't want to put in anything extra than that. It's just kind of like a little barrier, privacy wall, so on, and it also encourage the traffic to go out this way. So there's enough room for us to get by and get round with a small trailer and so on. This isn't going to be somewhere where I would be expecting to use large machinery, large trailers, anything like that. When we're able to expand and we want to be able to operate large machinery and stuff, then that's what we will do. But for now, this is our windmill. I'm actually quite liking this. Let's go over here and have a look. There you go. There's our windmill. So all we need to do now is actually have it running. Which means I'm going to need to run back over to the farm and get our trailer load of wheat and bring it back over here. Sorry, not wheat, oats. Bring it back over here and then we can tip it out. I probably should have started ploughing before I did that, but I didn't want the hired help to be working while I was doing that, because I am going to use the hired help for ploughing up the arable field. Some people were saying that they think that I should be doing a fair bit of grass to start off with, because at least you do get two crops per season. Yes, you do get 2 crops per season, but I don't really think that I want to do that at the moment. I'd rather turn that into an arable field and sort of go with that. We do have the ability to get some stuff from... We've got this other little patch near the farm right here that we'll be able to use, so we'll use that. And I will... There. Drop that trailer right there, and then I will bring the front weight. Let's off-hitch that front weight a minute. So I want to go... I think it's that one. Yep. Unhitch the front weight, and then we will unhitch this one. So we will do a bit more timber, because the timber definitely did pay off. We got some decent money from doing that, so it was worth it in the end. There's a lot of work involved. I feel no shame for doing the strength mod to unload that trailer. Absolutely no shame with that whatsoever, and I will do that again. That's how we will unload when we take our stuff up to the sawmill, because sawmills unload their own stuff. Right, that's just something they do. They don't expect you to turn up and then unload your own load. It doesn't happen. I've never encountered a sawmill where they don't unload the stuff for you. Ever. I'm sure they exist before I get shouted at in the comments. I'm positive that they do exist. I'm not going to say that they don't. Ooh, okay, we nearly got run over there. But, yeah, I'm still not going to be doing that myself. So we're going to tip this into the sawmill, to our new windmill, and then we'll be able to take that flour that comes out and we can sell that a little bit later on and make a vast sum of money from it. At least that's the theory behind all of this. So I haven't actually looked at the production rates and prices and so on. So we've got oats in here. I'm going to have a quick look at this. So oats right in there, old grain mill, except the old grain mill doesn't buy, does it? It just sells. So oats there, about 650 is the high point. So we could get 650 for oats up there. And flour is what we get out of it right here, and that will go up to about 680. So long as oats are on a 1-to-1 for flour, then it's worth doing. Otherwise, we've just wasted all of our money. 5 wheat into 4 flour. 30 barley into 23 flour. 15 oats into 19 flour. Okay, so that's definitely worth it, with the cycles and everything. Sorghum 15 into 16 flour. So it's nicely balanced to try to give you the a reasonable profit out of it. So you've got a 30 of those into 23, 5 into 4. So 30 of those would actually go into 20 of these. No. 24. 30 into 23 there. But with wheat, you do 30, and it goes into 24 of these. That's interesting. It's very finely balanced, isn't it? But 15 oat goes 19 flour. I like that. And then we can also make oil as well here. Oil is the same ratio regardless of what you do. I'm assuming that the various oils have different sell prices. Sunflower oil is 2,000. Canola oil 1,600. That goes up to 2,000. Olive oil 3,500. Right, so it's reflected in the, because you got 3 different types of oil that come out anyway. So that's kind of like where you get your money to and from on there. Okay, let me go up here. We go in across there, and that looks quite a natural transition there, going into the bit that we've now gone and made ourselves. I like that. So we come in around here, and then we will side tip into here. Now, is that something that we manually go and open? Let's do this. Yes, it is. Open that one up. Oh, that is really cool. Open objects. Grain mill. N. Oh, that's the one for... Oh, I've got my super strength on at the moment. Yeah, that's better. Turn it off. Yeah, I press N and then I can service the vehicle. We need to get a pressure washer at some point. So we got to open that one up, and then we need to set the side for... wait. Tip side left. Tip side right. There we go. So now we can unload our oats into here. 6,529 oats. Tipping out into our brand new windmill right there. I love this. It's absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.